Hey, coaches, welcome back to Football Talk with Coach Chip, right here on the Coach Chip channel on YouTube. Today we're going to be talking about different variations of running the power. But before we do, talk about my friends over at Wright Equipment in beautiful downtown Birmingham, Alabama. All right, our friends at Wright Equipment in Birmingham, Alabama. That's wright-equipment.com. There you see the address where you can write them, you can phone them, or you can email them. And you hit them on Facebook at Wright Equipment High School Sales. They got a great Facebook page. You can see pictures of their weight room, and you can see what a good job they do. Listen here, folks. Our friends at Wright Equipment have been doing this since 1979. Coach Leo Wright and his team, a bunch of them are former coaches. They're all into weightlifting. They know what they're talking about. They powered Lanett, Alabama to 6 state championships in 11 years. Okay, 6. We bought $15,000 of equipment from Wright Equipment in 2010. Okay, and then augmented it over the years and added to it. And then every one of those state championships from 2010 all the way to 2019, okay, when they won the last one, was powered by weights and equipment from Wright Equipment in Birmingham, Alabama. Okay, other great programs all over the United States use Wright Equipment. States in Alabama, of course, listen here, they're all over Alabama. They cover Alabama like the dew covers the morning kudzu. All right, Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, Tennessee, Florida, Utah, Michigan, that's right, Utah, Michigan, North Carolina, South Carolina, Arizona, California, Pennsylvania, Missouri, and Ohio. That's just the ones I know of. I know they got more. Colleges, University of West Alabama uses Wright Equipment. UAB uses Wright Equipment. Police stations have them in their gyms. Fire departments, private gyms, people that have a gym in their house, in their garage, rec centers, churches, all of them use Wright Equipment. Train the right way. That's wrighthequipment.com. That's the friends over at Wright Equipment. Let's get started. Get my ugly mug out of the way. All right, here you see my wonderful My Just Play program. I love it. Well worth the money. Google it. My Just Play. All right, we're talking about different variations of running the power. Let's look first right here at the vanilla, old-fashioned. I know there's no tight end. Don't shoot me. Vanilla way of running the power. All right, we're going to talk about the blocking. We've done it before. We'll do it again. And then we won't talk about it unless there's a variation coming up on some of the other 4 ways of running power. Vanilla, good old-fashioned power. Okay? All right, we're going to get a double at the point of attack versus this even front. I know, everybody doesn't run even front. Guys, if you can't draw it up against an odd front, siegel.chip@gmail.com. I'll show it to you. Or I know you can, but I'll show you how I do it. We're going to double right here. Now, this is old-fashioned chip block, chipping off to the backside backer right here. All right, center, block back on the nose, backside guard, wrap. Now, he needs to wrap tighter than that. To the mic. If that tackle has washed down into the A, then he'll wrap to the B. And then the backside tackle is going to gap flip. All right, the sniffer is going to J block. I call it that. Look at it, y'all. It looks like a J. See? It's a J block. And kick out that D in. All right, now I drew it up out of pistol because it's just kind of in between cross face over here running power and same side power that's so popular right now with so many folks. You block it just the same wherever you put him. And it's just whatever you do. It's like I told you about cooking. Season the taste. You know, some folks more like more salt than others. Now, even though this is vanilla, I did draw up the backside routes. And I think if you got the RPO in, you run the RPO routes, even if you're not going to read it. Okay? If you're just going to call it, block that wheel, good, fine, dandy. Okay? That'll work. All right, but if you don't, okay, then you don't have to do it. All right, and you got the gift over here. You know, if daddy of this kid right here helped build the indoor practice facility and you got to have him in the game, and you're playing him 8, 9, 10 yards off the ball, and this dude here is getting nosy because you're running power on their butt and they don't like it none, and he's in here cheating, and the defensive guys will cheat you now. All right, just run a little hitch or a little, just stand pass, whatever, and hit that dude right there. That'll work, okay? This is just plain old vanilla. Quarterback's facing out to the back side the way I drew it up. You can draw it up where he faces out to the front side, or again, same side or cross face right here, okay? See how fast my interwebs are working, my Wi-Fi. All right, now, here's another way to do it. This is the same exact play. Quarterback's fronting out. I'm not going to go through all the blocking because it hadn't changed. We'll get your butt back over there. Ball hadn't even snapped yet. See, I told you they'd cheat. All right, quarterback's going to face out to the backside, and he's going to seat the ball in front of him, okay? And look at the wheel. That's his read. And I'm going to link down below some other videos of us running reads and how we do it. I'm not going to get into all the technique right here. Backside right here, he's running a little slant glance, whatever you want to call it. Now, that's not part of the route. You got to teach that joker when he catches it. When he catches it, he's got to get vertical or the safety right here, and he'll be running around like the headless horseman of Sleepy Hollow, okay? He'll knock his head, slam off his shoulders. And then if the dog chases him inside and takes that away, all the quarterback's got to do is just turn his shoulders a tad and hit this cat right here on the under. And again, I've told y'all before, if they take both of them away, don't run this play. Sorry. They got a good defensive coordinator and they got a good DB. So you can't do it. That's backside RPO. All right, now I'm going to skip my next one and come back to it. I didn't rearrange it, and I want to. All right, let's look at front side RPO. It's not too slow today. It's not the program that's ever slow. It's the Wi-Fi out here in the sticks of West Georgia. All right. Now, this one, the quarterback blocking's the same. Quarterback's going to front out to the front side, face out to the front side. Okay, and he's still reading a backer. This time he's reading the Mike backer. Mike backer triggers and commits, which he will. This is something when you know you want to throw it, and 90% of the time you're going to throw it. And if you can catch this joker right here, not playing aggressive because you've burnt their butt on this one right here a few times, look, same kind of route right here, boom, then you're fixing to run power for friggin' days. You hear me? Days. Their DC is going to have nightmares about power. If you can ever get this kid right here, this Mike, to play soft, because you're popping this right here. Now what they'll do, they'll still have him played aggressive. They're going to put this guy in some type of match, and he's going to go with him. And you still got a football play, because you can hit this guy right here. Okay? Especially this cat's playing off. And again, if they're taking away both, just run stinking power. Run one of these other variations I'm going to show you. You got your gift over here. Okay? Now going back, I don't think I made it real clear on something. Let's jump back real quick. Okay, to right here, to backside. Just because not everybody's seen all the videos. Let's look right here at this. This is your read. This is quarterback read. He seats the ball. If Will triggers when he sees that guard pull, if Will triggers when he sees the guard pull, which he will, and comes right here, disconnect, boom, right there. And then remember, I tell you, here's your, right here, if dog carries. Remember, I call dogs, outside linebackers are dogs. Okay? So that's your read. Okay? That's why Will was there a while ago. Boom. He's going to come right there, and you disconnect. And again, when you catch that joker playing soft, oh, and you got a call you make. You don't need to block him if you're going to read him. You make some kind of stick call or double call or whatever, and tell these two, stay with the double team. So if you got a real good 3-tech on the opposing team, you can run this, read this cat, and have your double at the point of attack if they got a really good 3-tech. And you can make a call where they know they don't chip off because you don't need to block him because you're reading him. Just stay with him. And you got a pretty good football play. So if he stays right here in this passing lane, and he goes, oh, they gave it. He comes here. we're doing good. Anytime you get linebackers playing sideways, which is one of the reasons I love the jet, making backers play sideways, you're doing well. So if he stays here just for a count, you got a good head start right here and hit that thing hard, and you're looking at 5 yards. Remember, now we're not running power for a touchdown unless we're on the goal line. Okay? We're down tight. I mean, this is a first down play, a running down play. All right. So that's another way to do it, and that's the backside RPO, and I just went over the front side RPO. All right, let's go to something different. Right here. That's a user problem. There we go. All right. The read, and I'll link that too. I've got a video on just read plays using Power Scheme. Now, block it just the same, except you don't have to put a different play in. You're running power. You just have to have calls. Okay? So you got your chip block right here at the point of attack, chipping back on the wheel because we're not reading him. We got to block him. You got your wrapper going to Mike, just like you always do, blocking back, gap flip. Your sniffer, you give him a signal or a call to whiff, to miss that DN. Now this is for those DNs that are bored dogs, war daddies. He's squeezing and he's getting you. If you can't block him, read him. Okay, and he keeps making a pile in here. That Mike's coming up in here, and we're trying to bounce that joker out the B gap, and there's war daddy sitting there. So what we're going to do, we're going to come right here. Now, he just don't take off and go straight to the outside backer. He's going to do like a J block, come right here and miss him. We can't give it away. If he's that good a football player, he'll figure that mess out. All right, so if he's a squeezer and he's giving you trouble and you can't dig his butt out, don't dig him. Woody Hayes said, don't storm walled cities. Okay? All right, take what they're giving you. Okay, use their technique against him. If he's a squeezer, forget him and feed him fish heads. Read his butt. And if he squeezes, quarterback disconnect, replace that DN, come right here. And you got your J block right here. Okay, your wide J block. Your kick out on the outside backer. Over here, if you want to, you've got the RPO where you go right here, getting him. Does a quick little screen. Or you can reverse it, let number 1 go block, and let number 2 run a bubble. A lot of people getting away from bubbles, and this is a good way to do it. So there's a power play where you read the defensive end. You read that war daddy and leave his butt alone and let him take himself out of the play. You can't block him, read him. All right, now, this is a different kind of power play. I labeled it crazy because it kind of reminds me of the old crazy option back in the 70s and 80s that split back veer teams used to run. All right, check this out. And it doesn't remind me because it's run that way. It's just a different way of doing a power. You don't block the play side linebacker. I'll wait. How many of y'all said, that's crazy, coach? It is, but I've seen it work. I don't have access to that video. Allatoona, just outside of Atlanta here in Georgia, they run it. I shared it with a buddy of mine a while back, and he goes, I love it. They're a big duo team, one of the first duo high school teams in the state of Alabama. And they major in it. They don't have but 3 running plays. They got wide zone, duo, and counter. That's their running game. And they do run jet, so they're good people. And they block it like wide zone. So they got 3 blocking schemes: wide zone, duo, and counter. Okay, and this is like a big time program. Went to the 4th round last year. Probably would have won it all in 5A or 6A. I can't remember if their quarterback hadn't gotten hurt. So I said, well, how does this work? And when I shared it with him, my friend, he said, I love it. He goes, it's like the best of both worlds, like the best of duo and best of power play, because your running back is reading the play side backer. Because here's what you got. You got 2, and I'm not doing it the way they do it. They do it differently. And this is the way I've been toying with it. This is the way I would do it. Take your number 2 over on this side. If he can make this block, set him up like this so you get the front that you want, okay? You get the front that you want. And you bring him right here in motion. And you get a dog maybe come down, but you're not going to get a big shift over. I don't believe, okay? And so right here, he may come down. So you got your J block right here on the end. Just everything else is the same. Stick call. Stay with your double team, guard and tackle. Okay? And he does a wide J block. So you may want to take another sniffer type kid, put him in, bring him over here. Boom. He kicked. Now, why does that matter? I'll show you. All right. We're going to tell the backside guard he's wrapping. And I wouldn't do both these because to me, it's time expensive and you're frigging with your offensive line. But there's some teams that major in this. They major in it where they do not block the front side backer on power. All right, he's going to wrap to backside backer right here. Everybody else is blocking the same. The running back, notice I got the quarterback facing to the play side. The running back's going to press A gap. And if that Mike commits to the A gap, he steps up, he's going to bounce B. If that end squeezes, like we talked about that guy a while ago, he'll bounce C. That's where it's kind of like duo, I guess. I'm not a duo expert. Okay? So he hit A, B, or C. It's crazy. That's why I said it's crazy power. But if you got a back that can read it, or if you feel like you got a back, if you rep it up enough that can read it, you're getting a double team at the point of attack. Remember this, you stay with the double team. There's no chip off. And you're wrapping to backside and you're making him wrong. He's going to need antidepressants after the game. Because that back can read that thing. He's going to make him wrong every time. So you've been bouncing B, bouncing B, bouncing B every time he does what he's been coached to do his entire life. So now he goes like, oh, screw that crap. I'm going to come B. Then he goes A. Here, I'll show you. I told you there were 6 slides, and this is the 6th slide, 5th play. All right here. See, he came B. Running back, hit A. Make him wrong. It's a read. He's reading him right here. And this is why I said I wouldn't do both. If you got a really good O-line and you got the time, if you one of these places where your kids aren't going both ways and you can rep it up, this is a great, great little tweak or a twist or, just a little something different. And like I said, some teams, this is what they run. So you're getting the best of both worlds kind of thing. So he can bang A. If that dude if he goes outside, now he's trapped by the double team. He's pinned outside. He can't go through that double team. Once he steps up here, boom. Now, you may want to teach your back to do it like that. Give that angle. And when he goes here, boom, hit A. Okay, and again, if they clog A and B, Joker can bounce right here because you've got a little bit of a kick out, a wide J block, for lack of a better term, on the outside backer. That's good stuff. Well, there you see it right there. There are 5 different ways to run power with very little tweaking and very little frigging around with the offensive line, which is what I always tell people. You say, can you do that? Well, I don't care what you do in the backfield. Just don't mess with the offensive line. Teach them, how to block power, how to block counter, how to block zone, how to block wide zone. Whatever you're going to teach, whatever you put in, don't put too much in. Okay, then you start tagging things once they get it. Somebody asked me, they said, well, how long do you do it? Do I do it till I get it right? And I said, no, you do it till you can't get it wrong. Once they have mastered it with deep reps, then you start tagging things and doing different things. But I'm enthralled, is that the right word, with this crazy power of blocking the backside inside linebacker and reading the play side inside linebacker. It's really enticing, and it fascinates the crap out of me, I got to admit. All right, well, that's it for the different power. Okay, don't forget, contact our friends at Right Equipment, right-equipment.com. If you're looking to redo your weight room, enhance your weight room, you have financial limitations, still contact them. When we went and got ours, we got a lot of refurbed equipment. And I'm going to tell you something. You can't lift the weight off of them. You understand what I'm saying? Just because they've been used in refurbished racks, the power racks, the benches, they get them reupholstered, weights get painted or redone. I don't know what they do to them. I didn't even know the cockeyed things were used. Okay, because I mean you can't wear them out. So contact our friends at Right Equipment. All right, that's it for this episode of different ways to run the power and variations on the power. Until next time, remember what I always tell you: be elite.